So I am very excited. It's weird being back in person. I'm sure all of you have sort of had the same feeling as me. It's been a couple of years, but it's great to be back. So I'd like to welcome you all to the first in-person in a while UMass General Body meeting for Cybersecurity Club. So next slide, Lee. So I'd just like to kind of start with sort of introducing us. So the e-board members, you'll probably see us the most here, and just like to get to know some faces. So to start, my name's Sebastian. I'm a junior here at UMass Amherst, and I'm a CS major and a business minor. Most of my security expertise is more so in cloud security. So Steven, you want to go next?
I'm Steven. I'm a junior also, CS, math, and business major. I do a lot of security and cryptography, so if you're a math major, we should talk.
Hey everyone, I'm Larry. I'm a junior as well, business major and computer science major.
Hi, I'm Thomas. I'm the industry director, so I do very little cybersecurity. I really deal with a lot of the sponsorships. I get the companies to come talk to our club, do workshops, all that fun stuff. So if you're interested in a certain company trying to come here, I've had almost nobody tell us no, so please let me know.
Hi, I'm Krishna. I'm a sophomore. I'm majoring in computer science and minoring in physics.
Hey guys, I'm Manahil. You can call me M. I'm a marketing major, IT minor, and I am the marketing director for Cybersec.
Hey, I'm Gilbert. I'm a junior computer science major. I'm the technical director, so I take care of competitions and the like. And I'm interested in low-level reverse engineering and binary exploitation.
I'm Arden, sophomore CS major. I'm the faculty director, so I get the faculty to come and give talks. We have one faculty member coming up, so we'll probably let you know soon. And yeah, I'm also not very good with cybersecurity, but I'm hosting a few workshops, so I'll see you guys there.
Yeah, I kind of forgot to mention Steve and I are the co-presidents. I guess we didn't say our roles, and Larry's the treasurer. But yeah, moving on to, so you're probably wondering, well, what is the club? What's it about? So, well, first before that, kind of a disclaimer, we have to do it. I mean, Brian's right here, the director of the Cybersecurity Institute here. Everything we teach you here is for completely ethical hacking purposes. Please do not take anything we teach you and go do it for malicious. Everything we do is purely white hat. So you're probably wondering, well, what does the Cybersecurity Club do? So the Cybersecurity Club is not sort of your traditional club. We don't have weekly meetings where we go over something or maybe over cybersecurity topics or meet. Instead, we have events, and these events will cover a wide variety of different topics that we'll go into here. So the first kind of event that we run is workshops, and this is kind of our bread and butter. This is where you'll be learning a lot of critical skills, because the Cybersecurity Club isn't just for people who've been doing it for years or have been participating in CTFs or competitions since middle school or high school. It's for everyone. So this semester, we're really starting and implementing a beginner lecture series that we're really excited to announce. So as you can see here, we're going to have 5 beginner workshops that everyone can attend, and it's going to be covering a lot of different challenge ideas, mostly rooted in CTFs, which we'll get into later. So if any of these are of interest to you, I highly recommend going. The first one will be next Thursday at September 16th, and I'll be going over the basics of Unix. So if you don't have a good Unix background, Linux background is really important in security, so I highly recommend going if you have no exposure to it. And then through that, we'll continue going to reversing, binary exploitation, web challenges, so web exploitation, as well as cryptography, like Stephen was mentioning. And these workshops are usually run, this series will be run by us, but in the future, we've had company industries like Google Cloud has come in and done workshops and demos, and plenty of other security companies. In terms of other events, we have Tech Talks. So like Thomas was talking before, we work really hard with big companies to come in and talk about the leading issues within cybersecurity. So for example, we've had Oracle come in and talk about their web application firewall. We've had Google Cloud come in and talk about IAM permissions and a lot of the security that goes behind that. And overall, we also had a really cool talk where we had an FBI director come in, and that FBI director talked about his life through cybersecurity, what his path throughout it, and what really cybersecurity is. In addition, we have faculty talks, so that's more Aryan side in that We get UMass professors to also talk about whether it be their research or just something they're really passionate about. And these talks are really cool because you really get to see another side of your professors outside of the classroom where they're really showing what they're passionate about and what they do on the side. So we're really grateful that they're able to take that time and share their expertise and skills with us. Yeah. You can just talk about it. Actually, wait, no, the stream. I forgot.
I'm professional, so.
I know. We should have rehearsed.
All right, can you guys hear me? We're all good? So who's played Capture the Flag as a kid? Like, right, the game you run around, right? Almost everyone, yeah? So we do technical capture the flags. And what that entails is a company will come, they'll make a set of 20 to 40 challenges, all different cybersecurity stuff. So that could be hacking into something that looks like Google, or it could be breaking into a car. That's a common one at DEF CON now. So people will break into a Tesla using the Bluetooth services. And then if you're the first one to solve the challenge, you take the car home. So we do stuff like this. This is real worlds. This is the biggest CTF in China. Top cybersecurity people in the world go and compete here. And big prizes, big events, a lot of cool stuff. But what it entails for us is we do these competitions almost weekly. Basically, people run them every weekend. There's a whole database that we choose from. But what we do is we do web exploitation, application hacking. If you want to get into Android and iPhone hacking, that's a new topic recently. Reverse engineering, forensic cryptography, all these cool things where people will gamify cybersecurity challenges, and we just spend a weekend hacking into basically made vulnerability systems. So it's completely legal, and you get to do the real-life experience of an actual hacker. And some of these things include, emulated networks. So something we're doing later this year. Next slide. Actually, do one more. I'll jump to this. Something we do later this year, which is our big 2 events against other schools, is CCDC and CPTC. So these are cyber defense and pen testing competitions. If you don't know what pen testing is, that's just the official name for breaking into networks, right? So companies put on big virtual networks emulating real corporations. So this year, the emulated corporation is Le Bonbon Croissant. It is a bakery, large bakery chain, and we will be breaking into their store products, their customer service rewards, all their industrial plants. So if that sounds fun to you, that is this semester. And next semester is on its flip side. CCDC is a defense competition, right? So we are given a network, and they hire professionals in the industry to try and break in and burn everything down. And it's 12 hours of complete chaos. You want to go one slide up? So going back to the CTF, we actually host our own competitions. So next semester, we host UMass CTF, which is available to all students and global. Last year, we had 2,000 people playing, and there's a ton of prizes. So for UMass students, there's a special set just for you guys to incentivize you to compete. And anyone can participate in making challenges or play. And if you don't know anything, next semester of being in the club will teach you to compete at a level like this, and hopefully at the competitions that are big, like the one in China or at DEF CON, if you heard of that convention. Also, so the thing with our club, since we don't do weekly meetings, we actually have a little makerspace where people can just flow in and out. It's in the LGRT, if you guys know that, the big tower on the north side of campus. And there we have a ton of hardware that you can mess with. Just fun stuff like Raspberry Pis, lock picking. We have network sniffers that you can mess around with. But the big thing is that we have lab machines. So if you don't run Linux, or if you want to do Kali or anything, we have machines that you can hop on and learn there. And this semester, we're learning that we might get servers. So we'll have virtual lab environments that you can mess with and break into. And this is a great place for you just to meet people, interact, learn cybersecurity. There's always someone in the club willing to teach. Almost every one of us, actually all of us, started at 0 around freshman year. And just by knowing people and interacting with people, you learn to be really good at cybersecurity.
So this is a new thing. You can talk about it. You can talk about it in the mic.
All right. Yeah, so on the next slide. This year, usually the room has kind of been a mess, but we're formalizing it. So we're doing hacker hours, kind of office hours like. So we're going to have official times when the room's always open, and anyone can be there. And we're going to have someone on the e-board that is either doing an event like board games, teaching hacking, homework help, whenever you want. And we're going to have a channel in the Discord where if something's not, or if we want to open the room that's not on this, we're going to say if it's open. Because usually most of us just study there. It's a great place to hang out.
So yeah, any questions, feel free to scan this exit ticket. It'll get you in the mailing list in the Discord, so at the end of that. And it's just great for demographics, so we can reach out and make sure that you're all known and can get the information you need and want. Yeah, any questions? I know we breezed through that pretty fast, but
Yeah.
we have a lot planned and we're really excited to get that up and running for this semester. Yep.
We might be doing one this weekend if you want to stop by. It's something we kind of just do ad hoc whenever we see one. There's a website called CTF Time, and it's just a public listing of every event people pretty much put down there. So whenever we see something that grabs our eye. The one this weekend is called Seesaw. It's run by New York University. And if it wasn't for COVID, if you qualify that, you get to go to a conference in New York, and you meet up with companies like Raytheon, and then you do a simulated company attack. So that's kind of just the stuff we do for fun. And like I said, if you want to come to the room and just hang out there 3 hours and play the competition, anyone's more than welcome to.
Repeat the questions.
Okay.
Any other questions? Feel free.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I saw this one, is this one studying on your own?
All right, so the question was, is the club studying on your own? So basically, cybersecurity, I will admit, is one of the hardest industries to get into in terms of technical skills. So while it is a lot of learning on your own, the club as a whole is trying to provide the best resources to learn. And basically, anyone on the e-board or members that do know cybersecurity usually join the club with the full expectation to teach others. So if you know nothing, that's completely fine. But the way we teach is we try to gamify everything and make it fun, so it doesn't seem like another course.
Also, we have workshops, which are a great place to learn. So,
We'll be doing workshops on intro-level topics that should be available to everybody. Any other questions? Yeah.
Will we be using like tools and materials from Hack 5?
We have some stuff from that. If you're interested in that, we always have a hardware budget at the beginning of the year where we can buy stuff from Hack 5. Most of our work's software, though. But we do have, if you're interested in it, we can talk about it. There is some Hack 5 stuff in the room.
We also do have a competition in the spring that we are trying to field called the Minor ECTF, which we've done many years in the past. So it's a little different from the CTF that we were talking about before with those software more pen testing. Instead, this is run by MITRE. We've done this years in the past, where you're essentially given some sort of hardware system and a challenge, and you're supposed to secure it, and then that goes through a whole process, and you have to present how you protected it, and it's a lot of work, but a lot of people really have fun with it. So if you're more interested in the hardware hacking side, we can definitely talk about that.
Yeah. Just to expand on that a little bit, last year's challenge was they gave us a model like iPod, right? And you had to write all the software, all the encryption. Oh, is that 2 years ago?
Yeah, last year's challenge was being phone, it's a free phone type of thing, and we have 6 years now.
So yeah, they give us a really cool project, and then every school has to strengthen it, and then you given a copy of every school's project, and you have to break into it, see if you can, for the iPod one, if you can download unlicensed music, or if you can steal music from another user on the machine, things like that.
And I believe, was it 3 years ago, we actually got third in the nation, so
Yeah.
we have put a lot of time in and we do get good success.
And that counts as an independent study. You can get credits for that.
All right, we got a Twitch question. Will workshops also be live streamed like this meeting?
Most likely, if not recorded. Yep.
So how do you recommend starting as a complete beginner? Like, where would you start?
Complete beginner, I'll recommend coming to the club and coming to the LGRT room. But besides that, I think what we're planning on doing is for people that are completely new, we're going to find out what you're interested in. So is there any set of applications or anything you want to look into? If I say website hacking, does that sound appealing? Sure. So if you want to do, say, website hacking, we'll set you up with all the tools, all the resources that we've learned to do it, and we'll help you walk through those. And we'll show you all the different ideas behind it. We'll show you the CTF challenges we play that use all those vulnerabilities, and that's how we'll help teach you.
So I would just go like during one of those hacker hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, and in addition to that, like I said, we have our beginner workshop series this coming semester. So if you attend one of those and it seems your fancy, then you kind of can get a taste for that. There's also many CTFs, so if you just go to those hacker hours and maybe participate in the CTF, those are always a good way to try your hand and see what you're good at or what you like. And then if you're on our Discord, we do have an entire section with links to learning materials. So you can go through that on your own, or you can ask us for personal recommendations.
The Discord's a little dead right now, but once the semester starts off, people are talking, and we'll be doing a lot more work in there. Any other questions? For big competitions like CCDC and CPTC, the pen testing one, we will be doing weekly meetings and training resources for that, and we'll send out more newsletters once it gets kicked off. CPTC is this semester, so most likely starting next week, we'll be hosting weekly meetings where we teach you 0 to 100 pen testing, an idea for having a few individuals be ready for the competition. We haven't decided a time yet, but we'll most likely start next week. Yep. Mm-hmm. We have an official team for UMass called Saved by the Shell. Usually CTFs have a team limit size around 4 people. So if there's anything like that, we'll break in. But usually we do it all together. Anyone else? The national ones with other schools, or like a CTF?
Like the national one.
The ones against other schools, usually there's a team cap size of around 10.
Steve, can you repeat the question?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, team size for national competitions.
You raised a hand, by the way. Please raise your hand. We're giving out stuff that we've gotten over the years from some competitions. So ask your question and get some free stuff.
Yeah, what's up? Do we go to Black Hat? We've had people go to Black Hat. People went to DEF CON this year. Usually I think we're going to try to go to conventions once COVID slows down a little bit. We have a certain goal. So if you do really well in some of these CTF competitions, you get invited to conventions, like quite frequently.
So the one what's the one thing you were saying, is that just crash course hacking to get people ready for?
Yeah, we'll do one-on-ones and stuff. Anyone else? Yeah, hey, Brian. Yeah. You want to come down? Okay. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, we can play with people outside. We just have to be aware if it's for an academic thing. What's up,
Steven,
Sam?
real quick, another question. Do you need to do some readings to better understand the beginner series?
Readings, no. It's more like, the fun thing about cybersecurity is a lot of it's not like, textbook readings. It's hands-on, like breaking into machines and actual hacking. Okay.
The main goal of the intro series is that you should have minimal to no experience.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we expect.
Yeah. We can talk about that later. There's a few spots, yeah.
I would say eBay. Just get a cheap ThinkPad.
The actual room in the LGRT has a lot of machines that people can use, and we have some outdated hardware if you need something desperately. Yep.
I saw lockpicks on your hardware list. Does that mean you have lockpicks that I can?
Yeah, we have like fun little stuff we mess with, so we have proper lockpicking tools. Anyone else? Yep.
Do you teach us how to lockpick?
Yeah, he can teach you how to lockpick. It's a lot easier than people think, which is kind of scary, but. Brian, do you want to say anything? Or?
Why don't you tell you were done?
Okay. Oh, okay, okay. You want it?
Give him the mic.
Oh, okay, well, when you're done. Any other questions, guys? A lot of it's just coming to club and seeing what we do. It's a little bit harder to explain than saying the output of a ML model. But I think cybersecurity is really fun, and I welcome all of you to join and see what it's like at least once.
There's another question.
Yep.
Do you guys do any social engineering hacking?
So we are white hat hackers, so we are aware of social engineering, but we do not do it. There are things like the CPTC competition where it has simulated social engineering. So for people that don't know what that is, it's convincing someone to give up their password or convincing someone to give up their banking info. So CPTC has simulated like email systems where we can send them a malicious email that they click on a PDF and suddenly we have control of their computer, things like that. OSINT? Oh yeah, also OSINT's another category if you're into this. It's kind of like internet stalking. So how can we scrape someone's Facebook to try and find info on how to break their password or things like that?
What's it called when we have an offense system?
Red team, blue team?
Yeah, doing like a battle between each other.
Yeah, that's basically what the national competitions are. Brian, do you want to just come say now? I don't know if you want the mic. Okay.
Hi, so I'm Brian Levine. I'm a professor here in computer science. Probably none of you know me because of COVID. And before that, I don't think maybe I taught 461 to seniors who graduated like a couple years ago. So I do security here. I've taught every security class or created every security class we have. I'm here to support you guys in this club. I've never seen so many people together to talk about security at UMass, so this is sort of very nice. To let you know, there's a series of classes you can take. So maybe in this order even. There's a 365 class called Forensics that gets taught in the spring. There's 460, which is offered now, and we were just talking about you kind of need 377 for that, although I'm trying to change that. That's offered every fall. There is 391L, which is a class on internet, or really computer crime law, which is like how the laws we have and the Constitution sort of guarantee certain rights and protects us from the government and what they can do to investigate crimes. At the same time, basically every crime occurs on a computer or your phone is with you at all times to record the crime, basically. What else? I did 460. There's 461, which is secure distributed systems. It's kind of a class about Bitcoin, but it's not. Bitcoin is just sort of this thing we hang on to teach other things that were around before Bitcoin. Bitcoin is how you transfer money between people on the internet without a notion of trust, which is kind of the hardest security problem there is, because by definition, what you're giving them is of value. So it's a great class for understanding basically network security and how systems work together without a sense of trust. Once you have trust of any sort, things become a lot easier. What else? There's applied cryptography, 466, right? There's 590A, which is system test and defense. Other schools call that ethical hacking or penetration testing or pen testing. It's how you defend against a computer and how you break into a computer and therefore how you defend against it if you break it into. There's 590J, which is a class taught by 5 people who are from MITRE. MITRE is a nonprofit, what's called an FFRDC. They're sort of a trusted nonprofit partner with the government. They're in Bedford? No.
No, they're in Bedford.
Bedford, yeah.
Yep.
So 5 people teach that who are professionals at MITRE. One of them graduated from UMass a couple years ago, Nick Merlino, maybe you know him. And it's on cyber effects, which is kind of reverse engineering is another way to put that. Okay, and then all of those classes are kind of offered at the grad level. So there's like a grad law class, there's an advanced forensics class that you can take after 365 as an undergrad. There's a grad version of the secure distributed systems class. And there's a grad crypto class, and I think that's it. And meanwhile, there's networking, OS, all the stuff that kind of surrounds it. Other things to say, I might as well say this, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. I'm trying to start like a cooperative lab with the Attorney General's Office of Massachusetts and the district attorneys that sort of are in Western Mass. And ask me in a couple months, but I'm going to be looking for people who want to come in and learn. Ideally, you'll have taken maybe the forensics class, and you'll do forensic exams on real evidence. You'd be like a person working at the Attorney General's office, but on the UMass campus. They did this at Notre Dame. It was wildly successful. You would kind of spend like it would be a job on campus, but you'd officially be working for them. We'd get a big space, come in, do forensic exams. It would be kind of cool. And then you'd have like job experience, but you wouldn't have to leave. What else? Does everyone know what the Scholarship for Service program is? So Scholarship for Service we've had since 2016, and you may not have seen me advertise it lately because we weren't sure, like COVID caused all sorts of delays with the federal government, but we did get renewed for 5 years. We have 5 years of scholarships to give you to study cybersecurity here. So it's a very different kind of scholarship. You spend 2 years at UMass. We pay your tuition, your fees, even if you're out of state. We also give you $6,000 of professional development money, which helps you travel and you can buy a computer. And then you get, if you're undergrads, $25,000, that's taxed, but $25,000 a year as well. So you do that for 2 years. You can't have another job. You focus on security, and then when you leave, you have to spend 2 years in the executive branch of the federal government. Not the military, although that's an option, but like you can join the CIA, the FBI, you can join the EPA and do computers for them. Yeah.
Is it only the federal government?
Only the federal government and only the executive branch of the federal government. So no MITRE, no Lincoln Labs. Yeah. It is unfortunately not available to international students, and that's not a UMass policy. That's not even a National Science Foundation policy. It's like an act of Congress. So I'm sorry for that. But so if you're interested in that, let me know. Applications are going to be due to start in January, like in a few weeks. I'm going to send an email announcement out, and then if you have to be within 2 years of graduation. So if you're a freshman, you are not eligible. If you are a senior, you could do your senior year and leave. Actually, you couldn't because you have only a semester. So if you're a junior, you could do the last half of your junior year, then do your senior year. But if you're a senior, you could stay for a master's, and we would pay for the last half of your senior year and your master's program, things like that. There's not that many scholarships, so I wanted to tell you, but it's kind of competitive. What else do I want to say? I don't know. That's it. I think it's great to maybe meet you all. And whatever you need or complaints you have about the security curriculum or the courses like that we have or don't have, maybe talk to me directly, or the executive board here seems very receptive and very enthusiastic to hear your opinions. And if I can make your stay here at UMass and your education here better, let me know. That would be great. Okay, nice to meet you. I should maybe just say, what do I do? My group is focused on child exploitation, or thwarting child exploitation. I run the UMass Rescue Lab. You should get wrong. So I run the UMass Rescue Lab. Actually, most of my lab are students who were master's students here who stayed to become staff. And we've worked with the FBI for about 10 years. We build tools that are given to law enforcement across the country and 40 other countries that are used basically to rescue children who are being abused online. Kind of the way, that's why I know so much about Fourth Amendment law. But basically the way it works, like you do something online, like you trade an image, or you use like Facebook, or you use a mobile app to meet a child and exploit them. We give tools to law enforcement that help them get high quality evidence that supports them going to a judge and getting the authority to execute a search warrant to go to a home. Nowadays things are very complicated. Like if you're accused of a crime rather, everything's electronic. Like there are subpoenas that go out to Facebook or whatever mobile app you're on, to maybe your wireless service provider. There's very interesting legal implications of all of this. Like I'm starting to lecture, so I'll stop. But anyway, it's a very interesting field. If you're interested in that, let me know. It's a very difficult topic as well. So yeah.
Do you have office hours?
I don't have office hours because I'm not teaching this semester, so I didn't think about it. But I will make some office hours. I have 2 kids. One of them isn't vaccinated yet because he's too young, so I'm kind of scared. But I will have office hours. Sure.
We can also forward anything to him if you need.
Yeah. And if you want to contact me, I'm Brian at CS, or if it's easier, let's just say Brian at CS@umass.edu. So very nice to meet you all. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
you guys have any questions, feel free to, we'll stay here after, so if you didn't feel comfortable asking out loud publicly, feel free to come to the side. Make sure to fill out the exit ticket, and thank you all for coming. It's great to see you all.
Real quick, can we just get a picture?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you don't have to take your mask off, just do something with your hands, maybe look enthusiastic.
Look like you want to be here.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Thank you.